Okay, guys, so today we're going to go over the two very different types of thesis statement. One is the 3-point thesis, one is the universal thesis. Now, the 3-point thesis, this can serve you regardless of what level, as long as you're doing a 5-paragraph essay or less. Generally, if you're going to write longer than a 5-paragraph essay, you're going to want to try and utilize this universal thesis, but we'll understand that in a moment, okay? So what a 3-point thesis is you have your overreaching idea being something that's going to apply to your entire paper, your entire essay, yeah? So let's say Johnny worked out. This is my go-to, but it's kind of a safe one. So yeah, Johnny worked out. But how you add the 3-point thesis, the 3 points into the thesis for like paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3 for your body, then you have your introduction and your conclusion, is Johnny exercised by biking, by swimming, and by boxing. So, if you have these 3 specified forms, you're going to have to elaborate a little bit. Okay, so swimming. Why did he choose swimming? Okay, that's an easy cardio. That is an element of cardio that's less hard on joints, so he may be recovering from something. He may just enjoy swimming. Honestly, this includes myself, really. There are some people out there that just prefer to swim than to run. But, okay, so let's say you explain all of that. You say Johnny's had difficulty with his knee and or ankle joints lately, so swimming is a healing form of cardio that he is still able to do. Okay, that's great. So, that's your first one. Obviously, you're going to want to have more information than that, like it's going to allow time for the cartilage to heal, it's going to allow time for the tissue to become less inflamed, etc., etc. But this is where you're offering explanatory evidence. Now, 2, he biked. Okay, so biking, it's a little bit hard on your joints. However, it's not as hard on your joints as, say, running on an asphalt track would be. The next one being something along the lines of Johnny chose biking. Okay, he chose biking. That increases service of the circulatory system. That increases movement in sometimes affected joints. This can oftentimes be therapists, for physical therapists. They put you on a stationary bike. Okay, so go through all that information, throw it all in there. Third one, boxing. Okay, boxing, this can get rid of stress, which can decrease cortisol levels in the mind, which can ultimately make you a happier person, or at least a less stressed out person, things like that. So, how can you bring all of that, because you can see how there's a whole bunch of other information that could go into this essay. How can you bring all of that into one thesis so that you can technically weave in and out wherever you want with this. Most exercise helps decrease cortisol. Most exercise will help increase serotonin. There are a number of low impact exercises for the lower extremities, things like that. You can say something as simple as, Johnny exercised a multitude of ways, or something like, Johnny exercised many ways. If you say it like that, okay, we already know that we're going to get hit with, okay, more than one. We're going to get hit with evidence for more than one. We know that we're going to get hit with examples for more than one. And you can honestly spit out the exact same essay if you want. But you don't have the restrictions in order, placement, and you don't have the almost withholding that many young writers feel obligated to hold when they have a 3-point thesis. Okay? So, 3-point thesis, key phrase there, 3 points. Johnny exercised by swimming, biking, and boxing. Okay, got it. Straightforward, cut and dry. Universal thesis, just don't give the examples. You can add those in later on in the essay. Johnny exercised a multitude of ways. That is an example of a universal thesis. And that is what you will be directed to as you get older, especially into university, so that you can do more intense and elaborate writing. Thank you.